Good afternoon. I'm Arun from Global East Siliguri. Today we are at Birla Divya Jyoti School, Siliguri, Uttarayan. We have come here to give a session to students of class 11th and 12th about overseas education opportunities. I'm really excited. Let's see how the session goes. Thank you.
There are two categories of students. First category of students, they want to go to show off in the Instagram. Are in that category? The second category of students, they want to make a good career. They want a good job. They want a good life. They want to make a name for themselves. So which category you belong to? Super. You want to be the first one? Super. Okay, great to know that. So yes, I do get students from first category as well. But majority of my students, they go for the second category. So if I am promoting overseas education, it doesn't mean that Indian education system is bad. Let me be very clear about it. I am not against Indian education system. Even I am an Indian. I have studied here. That no way means Indian education system is bad. But you know the biggest challenge? The biggest challenge in Indian education system is the curriculum is quite rigid. It is not very flexible. The second biggest challenge that I see as a counselor, most of the top universities have a very tough admission criteria. The cutoffs are very high, and generally most of the universities don't give scholarships, correct? Yes. So the best part about overseas universities is they are very generous with scholarships. I have a student who got a visa today, Sanstuti Prasad. She is going to University of Queensland, Brisbane with a 100% scholarship. 100% scholarship, and she will also be getting stipend for her cost of living. Are you getting the point? Secondly, the best part about overseas education is even a mediocre student who has scored about, let's say, 80% can apply to top ranked universities because they don't give you admissions only on the basis of your class 12 marks. They look at your entire profile. How do they look at your entire profile? If you are a good player, if you have written a good statement of work. Are you getting my point? Okay, let's start. So point wise, global job opportunities. When you go abroad, you can work for top multinational companies. That is, and the payout is amazing. Most of these developed nations have this concept of minimum wage. The concept of minimum wage. It means whatever be kind of job, there is a minimum wage set by the government which that particular company has to pay you. For example, in US it is about $8. In UK it is about £7. In Australia it is about $25. So this is a very big advantage in being developed nations. You are not exploited. No company can exploit you. They have to pay you a minimum wage, which should be good enough to cover your cost of living, which should be good enough to have a sustainable savings for your future. Are you guys with me? Are you guys able to understand what I am saying? Okay. World class and academic faculty. So what does this mean? Most of the faculties in these universities are PhD holders, and they always are releasing papers, they are publishing papers, and they are always doing research work. So the best of the students from these universities can join the professor in their PhD programs and help them in research work. Another big advantage of these universities is they give you specializations. For example, you want to do cyber security. You can do bachelor's in cyber security. I see a lot of youngsters post-COVID they do a lot of this gaming. PUBG. I see a lot of students playing PUBG. Post-pandemic, I've seen a lot of students playing PUBG. So most of these countries now they have developed courses in computer and games design. So if you are really interested in making a career in gaming, if you really want to develop games, you can go for a game. You can go for a course in game designing. For students from economics background, we are going for courses in business analytics, or we also call it as data science. Students from humanities, they are going for international relations. Post-COVID, I'm not sure how many of you are following world news. Geopolitics is changing like anything. The war between Russia and Ukraine, the war between Israel and Palestine. So now the world needs a lot of good diplomats. Who is the foreign minister of India? Yes, H.S. Uncle. He's a hero for India. So we need lot of diplomats. So I have students who are going for studying international relations to top universities so that they can become good diplomats. So the best part about overseas universities is you can do lot of specializations. In India, most of the students who take up biology, what I have seen is by default they want to do MBBS. If they don't get MBBS, they'll go for BDS. This is the generic strategy that I have seen in India. Whereas abroad, you can go for psychological courses. Most of my best students in last 3 years they are going for psychological related courses, and they are paid as good as a doctor. My students are going for sports science. In India, IPL and different games are coming up in a big way. India government is promoting sports in a big way. So you can go for sports science and these kind of specialized courses which is not available in India, but there is a demand in India. Are you getting my point? So these are the niche courses that you should go for abroad, and you can also get a scholarship provided you have a good portfolio. Even if you have scored 75%, but let's assume you are a good swimmer. So yes, you can get a scholarship in a good university provided you are able to prove to them through a national certificate or through a state level certificate that you are a good swimmer. Are you guys with me? Okay. Let's multi-student exchange cultural program. Okay, this is very important point. In India, once we start our education in a particular university, we need to finish the entire degree in one university, correct? So let's assume the degrees are either of 3 years or as per the latest curriculum. Now most of the degrees are of 4 years. So once you start your first year in a particular university, in the second year you cannot change the university, correct? In foreign universities, you have the concept of credit transfer. It means if you are studying in university A, if you didn't like that particular university, in second year you can take a transfer to a better university with the credit transfer of the first university. Second, I have students in the first year they have studied in Australia, second year they have studied in UK, third year they have studied in US. It means along with their degrees, they are also getting an opportunity to travel the world. Are you getting the point, guys? So the curriculum in international degrees are very, very flexible. I have a student in economics who can also take up a subject in psychology. A psychology student can also take up a course in music. Getting the point? So you can take up subjects as per your likings. Whatever you want to study, you can pick up your subjects. So this is the beauty of overseas education. So post-study work visa. Any idea, guys? Post-study work visa? Okay. So what does that mean? Once you study in a particular country, let's say UK, USA, Canada, after you finish your degree, the government will entitle you to stay there for at least 2 to 3 years to look for good opportunities. Either you can go for a master's, you can go for a PhD, or you can look for a good job opportunities. It means there are few countries who do not give you PhD, post-study work visa, and there are few countries who give you a post-study work visa. So majority of the students, they prefer going to countries who offer you post-study work visa. Any reason why? Because after degree, you can settle down there for 2 years, and if you are able to get a good job, or if you are able to sustain there, then you can also apply for a PR, permanent residency. It means, let's assume you studied a bachelor's degree of 3 years. After that, you get a post-study work visa of 2 to 3 years. After you get a job, the company will sponsor your visa and you can apply for a PR, permanent residency. Another advantage, I get a lot of students asking me, sir, whether we should go for a bachelor's or whether we should go for a master's. I always recommend my student to go for a bachelor's degree. I tell you the reason why. When 80% of the Indians going abroad, they go for a master's degree. There are very few students going for bachelor's degree. So the competition is very less when you go for a bachelor's degree, and once you finish your bachelor's degree, you can work in that country for 3 to 4 years. Within 3 to 4 years, you get a PR, permanent residency, and once you get a PR, you become a domestic student of that particular country. Once you become a domestic student, you become a localite. It means you have to pay local tuition fees for your masters. And if you perform well in a particular company, the company will sponsor your masters. Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys with me? So let's go to the next slide. So which are the countries that I can help you? You just name a country and then I can get it done. At the moment, I have students going to Italy, I have students going to France, I have students going to USA, Canada, New Zealand, Singapore. Dubai is coming up in a big way. This year we have about 7 students going to Dubai. Boys, is it boring? I'm just trying to add some value to you. I'm really sorry if you don't like it, just keep quiet. At least let the people in the front listen to what I'm saying. So you can pick up any country in Asia. In Asia right now the most growing country is Dubai. We always think about Dubai as a holiday destination, but Dubai is coming up in a big way. Okay, why global reach? I'll talk about why global reach. We'll talk a little later. I will request Mr. Sandeep. He's been our counselor for last 10 years. He has counseled over 500 plus students, and he has been to Australia, he has been to Singapore, he has been to most of the universities all over the world. So I'll request Sandeep to talk about the coming slides. Thank you guys.
Hi guys. So when Arun was speaking about there are two types of students. One want to go abroad for Instagram and their social media profile, and the other one who want to go and study, right? Can I get a raise of hands for the Instagram profile students? If there are any, I mean, you don't have to be ashamed of it. Come on guys.
Maybe you guys have not even thought about going abroad. Maybe you guys have not even thought of doing something out of the box on new courses. This session was more about informing you guys about different options available. Give it a thought, do your homework. If you require any help, you can get in touch with us. You have got the leaflets, and we'll also tell you about how to find about us. Yes, sir. Yes, we can prepare. So that's a one-to-one question I'm giving. Yes, you can prepare for overseas education along with your entrance exams. We have students who keep overseas education applications as a backup option. It means if they are not able to get into their dream universities in India, parallelly they also do overseas application to keep it as a backup option. I hope that answers your query.
And mostly most of the courses that you want to apply to would also, depending upon the country, would not have any competitive exam except for an English test that you need.
If you guys want to get in touch with us, all our counseling services is absolutely free. You don't have to pay us any service charge. Just go to Google and write Global Reach Siliguri. You can find our address. It's just next to Cosmos Mall. It's very easy to find. Just go to Google and write Global Reach Siliguri.